is there something that Jett does on the bike that you yourself are like, man, I would love to be able to do that, or I want to hone in that skill, or I want to put more time into figuring out how to do that? What's the one or maybe a couple of things that Jett does that you yourself as a pro racer would love to see yourself do or be able to do?
Dude, honestly, nothing. Everything he does looks so easy. To the point where I'm like, I could do every single bit of that. I watch Tomac and I go, no way. I'd have to work out for 20 years straight and I still wouldn't be fit enough to ride that way. I watch Jett and I'm like, I ride. That's how I do. I could do all that. I teach every single thing I teach is exactly that. I guess maybe there's two small things. When Jett puts his foot out, he does an incredible job of keeping his upper body posture. Like if you watch Jett put his foot out, he has less back roll than any rider I've maybe ever seen ever. And so that requires a ton of hamstring flexibility and just also core strength to hold that posture while putting your foot out. I'm getting better and better at that, but he's incredible at that. And then I guess just the whole mentality of the way that he rides. He's able to ride at the highest level with complete patience and composure, which does I think that that's probably the hardest thing about the way that he rides, right? Do you know how hard it is to be in a race and winning a race and not charge hard into a corner? Right?
Yeah.
Like everything in your brain is saying, go, 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 go. And he's just like, no, I'm going to brake early. I'm going to just pop, pop. Because it feels, as you're doing it, you have to have so much belief in yourself because it feels slow. Riding with both feet on, standing all the way through a corner, getting off the brakes early, all of it feels slower. To the point where I tell parents and students, I say, get a radar gun so you know how fast you're going compared to when you sit early or brake harder. Get a stopwatch and do some, from the landing of this jump to the full corner and the takeoff of this jump, time it to make yourself feel better so you know that based on that stopwatch, it is the same speed, or it is actually a little bit faster to stand up. Because everything about it feels not racy and it feels too slow. But yeah, I mean, that's a great question because I watch Jett and I go, it makes me feel like I could get out there and do that. Because it's all it is so fundamental.
Yeah. It really, and
what he's doing.
Watching him execute that technique in the way that he rides makes it like, it excites like me. Like I almost like, oh man, I want to go on my bike and try that. And like, it makes me, it's like fun to watch. It's almost like when, not quite to this level. And I hate making this comparison, but like, remember when Stu used to like rip it on the 125? You'd be like, oh, I want to go ride and like go fast, Like watching Jett, sometimes it's like I have that feeling of like, oh man, I want to like, I won't look like that. I won't be that fast, but it's exciting to watch him ride, and it makes me want to go ride my dirt bike, So I think that's a really cool, and you brought up a good point.
So much flow.
It is like the mentality when you're out front. Like, how many times have you seen people dump it because they're just in their head, not wanting to do what they just did and dump it, but like they're just so like, oh, I have to go faster and faster and hold on to the lead. Like, dude, when I was in the lead for however many times that it would happen, probably count on one hand. I was like, dude, don't fall. You're going to be grounded. Don't fall. Don't fall. Oh my God, my dad's going to hate me if I don't, you know what I mean? Like just the thought of having like how he can slow himself down to go faster. That's incredible, man. That is so cool.
And he goes fast and exactly where you should go fast. So like if you saw Tomac get close to him, the few times that he got really, really close in that race, go back and watch those parts because he would just explode a little bit more coming out of the corner and just go a little bit faster down the straightaway, or maybe there was like the left-hand corner after the rollers that he hit just a little bit faster once or twice standing up around the outside and would just put in really quick sections, like 1 or 2 corners of speed to then create a little bit more distance again. It just like, and then he could go back to riding his normal, 85%. And it's just just please, the fact that more people haven't caught on yet, young people coming up in the sport to ride that way, because I still see, I get a little bit of clips of, you know, the young guys training here or doing this, or you see the Supercross Next, whatever the heck it's called. People haven't figured it out yet. People don't ride that way yet. And it's really easy to do it. It's not easy to go that fast, obviously, but it's just incredibly easy to ride in that way. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.